Welcome to Joe's Astrology. And this is the birth chart for singer Jenny. And she's a Sagittarius rising, a Capricorn sun, and a Scorpio moon. And watching her video, watching her videos and listening to her music, you might think, how could someone like that be a Capricorn? Well, I'm going to show you here in this video. First thing we're going to look at, she's a Capricorn sun. She has the same birthday as me, January 16th. Obviously different year. Sun in Capricorn, 24 degrees, 57 minutes. But it's conjunct Neptune. And that's the big difference there. Neptune at 25 degrees right there on the sun. Really affecting that Capricorn sun. And it's in the Virgo decan. Neptune's the ruler of Pisces, opposite of Virgo. She also has Virgo on the MC. That explains her figure and maybe many other things that I don't know about that I'm not going to talk about in this video. She has that sun there in the second house and with Neptune there. And the moon is in Scorpio, 19 degrees, in the 11th house. 11th house, we could say, is associated with Aquarius. So it's kind of like having an Aquarius moon. If we look a little bit more here, we can see that sun is also, that Sun-Neptune conjunction is also conjunct Uranus. So that's taking away from the typical Saturn influence that you may see from a Capricorn. And then we can see here she has that Sun-Neptune conjunction making a sextile to Saturn. But that would definitely influence that sun, but it's in Pisces, the ruler being Neptune. And it's making a trine to the moon, and of course that moon is making a sextile to the sun. So this sun in Capricorn is really being affected by many planetary aspects. It's being affected by that moon in Scorpio in the 11th house. That's Saturn in Pisces in the 3rd. The Neptune, the Uranus. And Jupiter as well is in the same sign. They're in the 1st. And her rising, Sagittarius, the ruler of Jupiter. And Pluto. Pluto is really affecting that rising sign. How is it affecting this person? Well, we see Jupiter in the 1st. It's in Capricorn, and Pluto there near the ascendant. This would be a Capricorn who wants power, who wants attention, who wants status. And I always say this about Jupiter and Capricorn. I think, all the negative things that people say about Capricorn, particularly Capricorn sun, from my experience, what you want to look for by planetary sign is Jupiter in Capricorn, because from my experience, from a negative standpoint, having Jupiter in Capricorn is going to hint towards those negative attributes of Capricorn, more so than a sun, and of course the moon as well, but definitely more so than the sun. Jupiter and the moon. And as I mentioned, Pluto there in the rising. We can see her south node is in Aries in the 4th house, the ruler being Mars. And where she's coming from, Pluto in the 12th, Pisces, Neptune influence here, and Mars influence, where she's coming from with that south node in Aries. And of course, the ruler Mars is in Aquarius, and it's conjunct Mercury. So she has Mercury, Mars, and Venus in Aquarius. Venus there at 0 degrees. So a lot of Uranian influence in this chart, despite having all those planets in Capricorn, being a Capricorn sun. Of course, the moon being ruled by Pluto, loose conjunction with Pluto. Very much a person who's going to test the waters when it comes to taboos, having that moon Pluto in Scorpio, having all that Uranian influence. The Venus, the Venus in Pisces slash Aquarius. And everyone loves Venus in Pisces, but this isn't a pure Venus in Pisces. This is a Gemini-like Venus in Pisces, having both the influence of Pisces and having both the influence of two signs, Pisces and Aquarius. So her Venus, her love nature is very much, very Gemini-like. So not without knowing her, we can suspect that it's possible, especially with that new phase Mars Venus, and all that air that and the Uranian influence that Venus, her love nature, her you know her finances can be involved in some duplicitous or can have some duplicitous nature, being very much a trickster, the Gemini, and having that influence on her love nature. And then, as I said, the new phase, Mars Venus. This is somebody, if it's a young soul, could be someone who's really being very instinctual when it comes to finding love and relating to other people. Try this, try that. I don't like this, I like that. And then, changing their mind how many times, trying to figure it all out. And then uh, including also that Uranus is at 0 degrees as well, making a exact semi-sextile to Venus. Really adding to everything I said about her love nature. It's probably very erratic, unsure, a lot of changes, a lot of sudden changes. And Pluto there making a square to that Venus. There's much more that can be said about this chart as usual. Maybe I'll do an extended. Subscribe to the channel for future extended readings. She's got a North Node in the 10th, as I said about that drive for status. And then Venus being the facilitator of that North Node, very duplicitous nature, probably willing to do whatever it takes, whether it's borderline, moral, immoral. These things wouldn't matter to this person. The only thing that really we could say that there is some influence that these things would matter is that rising in Sagittarius with Jupiter in the first, but it's in Capricorn. So for me, looking at this chart and the emphasis on Virgo as well, the need to possibly repent or to review all of this, review her life. Very interesting there. We can see the nodes are being squared by that Neptune. Really coming back to really resolve this 10th house. How is she going to get that status? How is she going to maintain her status? So I'll leave it there for now. Hope you enjoy this and have a great day.